Welcome to Wise Elders Stories channel. 7 dangerous fruits seniors should never eat. Health risks revealed. How many of the fruits you eat every day have the potential to unwittingly harm your health? When we become older, our bodies change, and what were previously healthy foods might actually be harmful, especially if you're on medication or trying to control health problems like diabetes, heart disease, or kidney disease. A 72-year-old guy consumed a fruit without concern for years until last month, when he had acute vertigo and bewilderment. He isn't alone, though. Many elderly people unknowingly put themselves at serious risk by eating fruits. Today, we're going to show you 7 fruits that aren't good for seniors, along with several tasty and healthy substitutes that won't put you at risk. Some of these may surprise you, and there are plenty of people who use the 7th item every day without thinking about the risks. To start, just let me know where you'll be watching in the comments. It makes my heart sing to see how far our community has come. Please subscribe if you haven't already so you won't miss any important health news. The first fruit on our list may seem harmless at first glance, but it actually contains substances that are harmful to the elderly. First, the hidden danger of star fruit. Star fruit may look like a harmless tropical treat, but it actually poses a serious health risk to the elderly, especially those who already have kidney problems. The hidden danger comes from caramboxin, a neurotoxic that normal kidneys can flush out with relative ease. Regardless, a third of the older population is oblivious to the decline in kidney function. Seizures, vertigo, disorientation, vomiting, and coma are all possible side effects of this poison building up in the bloodstream. John, a 72-year-old Floridian, thought it was a good idea to add starfruit to his morning smoothies. Within a week, he started to have dizziness, excessive weariness, and abrupt memory lapses. He thought his symptoms were just the result of becoming older, but they got worse until he passed away at home. His family had taken him to the hospital when doctors found out that his modest but undiscovered kidney illness had triggered significant neurotoxic consequences from the starfruit. Upon his eventual recovery, he confessed, "I was unaware that starfruit could perform this." This incident is far from unique. The National Kidney Foundation warns that elderly people with renal disease are particularly vulnerable to the devastating brain effects that even a single starfruit can produce. That which is most worrisome. A lot of people don't know anything is wrong with their kidneys until it's happened. Signs of renal failure include changes in urine pattern, swelling of the ankles, and extreme lethargy. Asian pears or dragon fruit are great alternatives to starfruit if you're a fan of tropical fruits but want something with a similar exotic appeal but none of the dangers. Both fruits are juicy and crisp without the risks. These options are easily available and won't put your health at risk. Is starfruit anything that you or anybody you know has ever had a problem with? In the comments area, please let us know. This brings us to our second fruit, which at first glance seems quite innocent but actually causes dangerous swings in blood sugar and can even cause the elderly to choke. Grapes, for one, are a trap for blood sugar levels. Many people think of grapes as a healthy, tasty, and refreshing snack that you can whip up in no time. Nonetheless, they pose an unforeseen risk to the elderly, especially those dealing with diabetes or prediabetes, a condition that impacts approximately half of all Americans 65 and more. Is something wrong? There is a lot of natural sugar in grapes. There are 4 crystals of table sugar in just 1 cup of grapes. Because of their high glycemic index, they have the potential to cause fast increases in blood sugar levels, which can lead to feelings of exhaustion, lightheadedness, and even long-term consequences like nerve damage and visual issues. A 68-year-old Chicagoan named Patricia thought she was being very smart when she swapped out her afternoon sweets for some grapes. After a couple of weeks, her blood sugar started to fluctuate unpredictably, which affected her energy, emotions, and vision. As she said during her next session, "I never anticipated that something as basic as grapes could have such a profound impact on me." Having said that, sugar isn't the only danger. The fact that grapes are so juicy makes them a major choking hazard for the elderly. As we become older, our swallowing reflex slows down, which increases the chance of gagging. The smooth, slippery skin of grapes makes them a potential choking hazard, especially when eaten whole. The National Safety Council reports that there has been a 30% increase in the number of occurrences of suffocation with grapes among seniors in the last 5 years. Consequently, is there an option that is safer? If you're looking for a fruit snack that's low in sugar and high in antioxidants, like blueberries or raspberries, then you should give them a try. If you're looking for something sweeter but with more portion control, melon chunks are a great alternative. If you can't live without grapes, there is a simple rule to follow. Never eat more than 6 pieces in one sitting, and cut them into quarters before eating them to avoid choking. Along with reducing sugar absorption and preventing blood sugar rises, they are also good when combined with a protein source like cheese. Have you ever had an unanticipated outcome after eating grapes? Let us know what you think by posting a comment. The third fruit is digestible and has many positive health effects, but it may also subtly interfere with your medication's effectiveness and digestion. The stimulus for acid reflux is 3 oranges. An excellent fruit to eat to strengthen the immune system, oranges are rich in vitamin C and antioxidants. But they also present unexpected dangers for the elderly, especially those with oral sensitivity, drug combinations, or acid reflux. One of the biggest issues is the high acidity of oranges. Acid reflux and heartburn are symptoms of aging because the muscle that normally blocks stomach acid from rising into the esophagus weakens. Acid reflux affects about 60% of persons over the age of 60, and citrus fruits are among the most prominent culprits. The 73-year-old Minnesotan Margaret took her daily glass of orange juice, in the hopes that it would strengthen her immune system, to start her day off well. On the contrary, she found that she was waking up in the middle of the night from terrible heartburn and an esophageal burning feeling. After she cut out citrus, she got back to sleeping through the night without interruptions. Prior to her doctor bringing it up, she had never thought of citrus as a possible cause of her acid reflux. Nonetheless, an extra hidden danger exists. Antidepressants, cholesterol meds, blood pressure pills, and more than 50 other medications often given to elderly people may interact with oranges. If you take these medications within 2 hours of taking them, the Mayo Clinic warns that eating oranges or drinking orange juice could reduce their effectiveness and put your health at risk. Enamel, which gets weaker with age, is another tooth structure that oranges can damage. Prolonged contact to acid can wear down enamel, cause it to degenerate, and make teeth more sensitive to pain. Consequently, what other options are there? To get the recommended daily allowance of vitamin C, you won't need citrus fruits. Another good option is red bell peppers, which are acid-free and have a higher vitamin C content than oranges. In addition to the other great options, kiwis are healthy and easy on the digestive system. Follow these safety measures if oranges are really essential. It is not a good idea to take them before eating. If you must drink orange juice with your prescription, dilute it with water 1:1 to lessen its acidity and wait at least 2 hours before you take it. Have oranges ever given you the willies or made your acid reflux worse? In the comments area, please let us know. Next, we have the fourth fruit, sometimes called a superfood, which may be interfering with your weight loss efforts and medication regimen. The hidden fat boom, avocados, number 4. Many people consider avocados to be a superfood due to their high nutrient and healthy fat content. Having too much of a good thing, though, can be problematic for the elderly. They are very calorie-rich, yet they contain heart-healthy monounsaturated fats. Unwanted weight gain, drug combinations, and even severe allergic reactions can occur in the elderly as a result of this. Some elderly people could get all the calories they need from just one medium avocado, around 240. Our metabolic rate decreases and calorie needs decrease with age, according to the American Heart Association. When you eat avocados on the regular without changing your portion sizes, you run the risk of gaining weight, which is bad for your heart, joints, and mobility. Robert, a 75-year-old Denver resident, started eating avocado toast for breakfast every day because he thought it was a healthy choice. Within 3 months, he put on 12 pounds, which made moving about more difficult and worsened the pain in his joints. Despite his efforts to maintain a healthy weight, he admitted, "I believed that I was adhering to a healthy diet. However, I was unaware of the high-calorie content of avocados until my physician pointed it out." Avocados have the potential to interact with some drugs, including those that thin the blood, those that lower blood pressure, and even some antidepressants. Because of their high vitamin K content, avocados may reduce the effectiveness of blood-thinning drugs like warfarin, which increases the risk of potentially fatal blood clots. Eating too many avocados can lower potassium levels, which could be dangerous for anyone with kidney or heart illness, despite the many health benefits of avocados. Avocado allergies are another unanticipated danger. They are especially common in the elderly population that is also sensitive to latex. About 6% of people over 65 have latex allergies, according to the research. Also, even if you've eaten avocados before without any problems, they still have the potential to trigger an allergic reaction. Their latex-like protein content is the reason behind this. Mild itching and gastrointestinal problems to serious difficulty breathing are possible symptoms. So, how can we fix this? If you love avocados but are worried about their health risks, try eating small portions of heart-healthy nuts like almonds and walnuts instead. These nuts provide similar nutrients without the risk of medication interactions. Eat no more than 1/4 avocado daily if you insist on eating avocados. Always mix it with other foods and keep an eye out for any strange reactions. I was wondering if eating avocados has had any influence on your weight, digestion, or how well your medicine is working. In the comments area, please tell us about your experience. What follows is the discussion of the 5th fruit. That one that everyone loves in the summer, but which can cause a spike in blood sugar and an upset stomach if consumed in excess. Number 5. I love watermelons. Fluid homeostasis disruptor. Many people think that a watermelon is the perfect summertime drink. Deliciously sugary, revitalizing, and moisturizing. On the other hand, this fruit may cause unanticipated complications for elderly people, especially those who suffer from diabetes, renal disease, or heart conditions. Watermelon is almost all water, but it also has a lot of natural sugar and could throw off fluid balance, making it a dangerous meal choice for the elderly. An important consideration is its high glycemic index. Although watermelon is mostly water, it can nonetheless raise blood sugar levels at a rate similar to soda. A can of soda has a greater effect on blood sugar levels than 2 cups of watermelon, making it a risky choice for elderly people with diabetes or insulin resistance. When 78-year-old Betty of Arizona decided to drink watermelon every day to stay hydrated in the summer, she thought she was being healthy. But within days, she started to feel short of breath and saw strange swelling in her legs. The doctors at the hospital diagnosed her with fluid retention, which was preventing her heart from beating normally, when she arrived. She had no idea that those who are on diuretics or cardiac drugs, in particular, could have their fluid balance upset by eating watermelon because of its high potassium and water content. Watermelon poses an extra hidden risk for elderly people with renal impairment. Aging kidneys may have trouble processing the high potassium levels in watermelon, which can lead to abnormal heart rhythms, weak muscles, and even heart failure in extreme situations. Since 40% of persons over 65 have reduced kidney function, eating too many potassium-rich foods, including watermelon, can subtly endanger their health. Is there, therefore, a safer way to keep oneself hydrated and feeling good? For a naturally hydrated option that doesn't have a sugar surge, try infusing cucumber slices in water instead of watermelon. Another great option is frozen fruit pieces. They add sweetness and help control blood sugar levels better. If you are a cantaloupe aficionado, here is a precautionary suggestion to follow. Refrain from drinking it in the late evening to avoid fluid retention, limit your consumption to no more than a mouth cup per serving, and eat it with nuts or cheese to delay the absorption of sugar. Has eating watermelon ever caused you gas or an increase in blood sugar? In the comments area, please let us know. What follows is an explanation of fruit number 6, which many elderly people eat to help with digestion. On the other hand, it could be doing more harm than good. The 6th fruit on the list, papaya, is hard on the digestive tract. The common belief that papaya can help with digestion stems from papain, a natural enzyme that aids in breaking down proteins. While papaya has many potential benefits, it also poses some serious hazards to the health of the elderly, including but not limited to allergic responses, dangerous drug combinations, and gastrointestinal distress. Concerns about papaya's possible effects on regularly prescribed drugs rank high among these issues. Papaya may interact negatively with several antibiotics, blood thinners, and diabetes drugs, according to a warning from the Food and Drug Administration. Papain may enhance the effects of blood thinners, which could lead to uncontrolled bleeding and bruising. Papaya affects the body's absorption of insulin and diabetic medicines, which can lead to unanticipated variations in blood sugar levels for seniors monitoring their blood sugar levels. Helen, a 71-year-old San Diegan, started eating papaya every day to help with absorption. Within a few weeks, she noticed that her blood pressure medicine wasn't working as well and that her sugar levels were getting harder to control. Following a discussion with her doctor, she came to the conclusion that papaya was reducing the effectiveness of her medicine, which in turn affected her capacity to control vital bodily processes. Another hidden danger of papaya is that it might trigger latex allergies in some people. Even when they have eaten papaya safely before, research shows that 35% of elderly people with latex allergies also have an allergic reaction to it. Mild gastrointestinal distress and itching of the mouth are the first signs of these allergic reactions. But in extreme cases, they might cause swelling, difficulty breathing, or even anaphylaxis. Finally, papain can help break down some foods, but it can irritate the lining of the digestive tract, which can lead to bloating, acid reflux, and stomach pain in elderly people who already have sensitive stomachs or who suffer from acid reflux. After the age of 60, many of my older patients find that papaya actually makes their digestion worse, rather than better. So, what's the better option for maintaining good gut health? You can substitute papaya with probiotic-rich meals like plain yogurt or fermented veggies. These foods are great for your digestive system and won't mess with any drugs you're taking. There is also ginger tea, which is great. It helps with bloating and nausea without being harsh on the digestive system. If papaya is something you enjoy, be sure to follow these safety measures. Do not take it without first discussing the possibility of prescription interactions with your doctor or pharmacist. To determine your tolerance, start with a small serving, 2 or 3 servings, and work your way up. When you eat papaya, have you ever felt any unexpected side effects? In the comments area, please let us know. Next, we'll talk about the last fruit on our list, which many elderly people eat every day because they think it's healthy. But it could be putting their heart health at risk. 7. Those pesky bananas. Potassium overdose could occur. Bananas are one of the most popular fruits in the world due to its high potassium content, natural flavor, and ease of consumption. On the other hand, certain drugs, renal disease, heart issues, and other disorders might make an elderly person's potassium consumption dangerously high. Potassium is essential for healthy heart and muscle function, but our kidneys are worse at controlling it as we get older. Actually, almost 40% of persons over 65 have compromised kidney function, often unknowingly. When the body's potassium elimination mechanisms are impaired, a dangerous condition known as hyperkalemia can develop. This disease can cause irregular heartbeats, muscle weakness, and even abrupt cardiac arrest. James, a 74-year-old Texan, had long believed that eating 2 bananas every day would provide him with an abundance of vitality. One morning, all of a sudden, he felt weak, dizzy, and his heart was racing. Doctors at the hospital found that his potassium levels were dangerously high, putting him at danger of a serious heart arrhythmia. Right away, his doctor told him to cut back on bananas. In addition to worries about potassium, the high natural sugar content of bananas can lead to spikes in blood sugar, which is especially problematic for older adults with diabetes or prediabetes. Because they contain a lot of fast-digesting carbs, bananas cause your blood sugar to spike quickly, then drop, leaving you feeling even more exhausted than before. Consequently, is there a better option? If you're looking for a low-potassium fruit that boosts energy, try berries like strawberries or blueberries. You won't get an excess of potassium from these fruits, but you will get all the vitamins and antioxidants you need. In case you're a fan of bananas in texture, cooked sweet potatoes could be a good alternative. They can aid in glucose regulation because of the fiber and slow-releasing carbs they contain. Please follow these safety protocols if you are determined to eat bananas. Be cautious not to eat more than half a banana at a time, avoid eating them first thing in the morning, and talk to your doctor if you're on any drugs that deplete potassium levels in your body, including diuretics or blood pressure pills. Have you ever found that eating bananas made you feel tired or have heart palpitations? In the comments area, please let us know. After we've gone over each of the 7 fruits, we'll wrap up with some key pointers to help you make better, safer fruit choices as you get older. The rationale behind the need for elders to exercise greater caution while purchasing fruits and vegetables. We have covered 7 fruits that are harmful to elders and can cause serious health problems. But you might be wondering, aren't fruits meant to be healthy? Fruits are a great source of vitamins and minerals, but not all of them are equal, especially as we get older. How does the rate at which our bodies process fruit change as we get older? It takes more effort for our kidneys, heart, and liver to break down the food we eat, and our metabolism slows down as we become older. Our digestive system also gets more sensitive. Some fruits, which were normal in your 30s and 40s, can suddenly start to give you the willies in your 60s and beyond. Reduced kidney function. The efficiency of your kidneys decreases with age. This means that they might have trouble eliminating poisons like caramboxin from star fruit and an overabundance of potassium from bananas, watermelons, and melons. Fructose makes you more vulnerable. Because many elderly people acquire insulin resistance or diabetes, sugary fruits like grapes and cantaloupe pose a greater threat than they initially seem. Reduced efficiency in digestion. Acidic fruits like papaya and oranges become more difficult to digest as we become older because our stomachs create less acid. Reflux and gastrointestinal distress may ensue. Problems with medication. Many seniors take drugs every day, and some fruits can interact with such medications. Some fruits, like oranges and papayas, might have serious side effects when taken with certain medications, such as those that lower blood pressure or those that thin the blood. You don't have to cut out fruit completely to understand these changes. What you do need to do is be more careful with the kinds of fruits you eat and how you eat them. Why healthy eating is a myth. For what reasons aren't all naturally occurring compounds risk-free? A lot of elderly people think something is good for them just because it's natural. But just because something is raw and unfiltered doesn't mean it's safe for everyone. Even if it comes from nature, honey can still raise blood sugar levels just like processed sweets because it is sugar. While nuts are a healthy snack, eating too many of them can lead to weight gain and gastrointestinal problems due to their high calorie and fat content. Although salt is a naturally occurring mineral, it can cause renal problems and high blood pressure if consumed in large quantities. The case with fruits is identical. What works for one person could not work for another, especially at different points in life. Careful fruit and vegetable choices. As an alternative, what you should eat. Instead of worrying about which fruits are bad for seniors, let's talk about which ones are good for them. For optimal health, it's best to choose foods that are low in sugar to avoid dangerous spikes in blood sugar, easy on the digestive system to avoid indigestion and other stomach problems, and low in acid and potassium to protect the kidneys and the heart. Here are a few of the best fruits for older adults to eat. Various fruit varieties: strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. Antioxidant-rich, sugar-free, and good for your mental health. Fruits: apples. Beneficial for digestion, low in sugar, and high in fiber. Before eating them whole or even in slices, be sure to prepare them adequately. Pitted pears. Their softer texture makes them easier to chew and digest than apples, despite their resemblance. Kiwi fruit. Very vitamin C dense, but not as tart as oranges. Sweet melon. Peaches, nectarine, and grapefruit. Despite having less sugar than watermelon, it is nonetheless delicious and refreshing. You may still enjoy the delicious flavors and vital nutrients of fruits without putting your health at risk if you choose the right ones. Choosing wiser and safer choices. An innocent snack can potentially have serious repercussions as we become older, since our metabolism decreases and our organs work harder. The bright side, though, is that you can always find tasty and risk-free substitutes. Whether it's choosing berries over grapes to save blood sugar, replacing watermelon with cucumbers to be hydrated, or replacing oranges with bell peppers for vitamin C, even little adjustments can make a big difference in your everyday well-being. Avoid risking harm to your health because it is priceless. If you listen to your body and make educated choices, you can keep eating the foods you love while protecting your health. Please share your experience in the comments if you have noticed that the effects of different fruits on you change as you get older. Others in our community could benefit from your viewpoint. Please consider subscribing to receive more senior-specific health advice if you found this material helpful. It is critical to take care of one's health, stay informed, and have agency. Making wise choices now will pay dividends in the future.